Hey friends, it's story time again. And today's feature on the short is a true story, my story of when I lived in Tennessee. So enjoy Nigel's Revenge. Nigel's Revenge, today's story on the short. Nigel has the best feathers. He also has the worst attitude. A strapping silver-laced Wyandotte, Nigel is the foul equivalent of a British rock star with his black and white feathery bodysuit and abundant bravado. This proud rooster struts among the other birds, and his crow is distinctive, a sing-song King Kong growl announcing his dominance to the world, or at least to anyone within earshot of Bountiful, our 50-acre farm in Tennessee. Evening is the most dangerous time to collect feathers. Between cast-offs from Nigel, 10 turkeys, 11 guinea hens, 6 ducks, and God only knows how many other chickens, I can gather a plethora of spectacular feathers. Entranced, I find black, gray, coppery red, and white feathers adorned with stripes, dots, and everything in between. I have filled 3 freezer bags for our Choctaw friend Greg, who uses feathers to make one-of-a-kind native art and guitar straps. But these treasures do not come without risk. I'm not sure what it is about dusk that sets Nigel off, but when he starts peeking at me while he pecks and sidestepping in my direction, I am more apt to go with the flight versus fight response. He's probably only 7 pounds, 8 at the most, so I am easily 15 times his size. But on the 2 occasions when Nigel bumped me on the calf with his breast, oxygen abandoned my lungs as if my assailant were a much larger beast. He did not hurt me, yet I could tell he meant business. Since then, I have been on my guard, keeping an eye on him, so he cannot sneak up on me again. My caution, my fear, is well-founded. Nigel has drawn blood on more than one visitor to Bountiful. In my defense, those victims were warned. Nigel is cunning, shrewd, calculating. He acts like he's pecking at morsels on the ground, and very well may be, but sometimes I forget his eyeballs are on the side of his head, so when it appears he's looking away, he's actually got me locked in his sights. I am no expert on chicken athleticism, yet I'd venture to say Nigel's a skilled runner. He sure seems to be when he's chasing me. I cannot attest to my own athleticism during these pursuits. I just know there's a lot of screaming. The first time Nigel attacked me, I was heading toward our driveway, a 1/3 of a mile hike down what seems like portholed Mount McKinley at times. I carried only my backpack purse and a small puffed package, which needed mailing. For no reason at all, I glanced backward, just in time to see Nigel running at me, full tilt. I screamed and smacked him with my soft package. It pushed him back, yet he quickly rebounded, rushing again. 5 times I swung at him, 4 times he rebounded. He might have tried for a perfect score, but I bolted down the driveway, leaving him at the edge of our house, crowing in victory. There is speculation as to why roosters attack humans. He thinks I'm a rooster. He thinks I'm a hen. Whatever it is, peaceful resolution is clearly not an option. Farmers around here have had their own stories. They've had to shoot at chickens, hit, kick, or otherwise fend off attacks, and still, most of these angry birds don't give up. Something is clearly askew in their combative little chicken brains. Since the demise of Nancy, Nigel's female counterpart, we have no other bird on our land with Nigel's unique coloring. While our Plymouth Rocks are also black and white, they are more striped, while Nigel is something else altogether. With each feather a breathtaking masterpiece, Nigel grandstands as if hand-painted by God. Considering his combative nature, though, it is perhaps his beauty alone that has saved him from the chopping block. Beauty and bravado. How I love that cheeky chicken. But now I'm scared. Moreover, I'm watchful. I feed our dogs dinner at 6 o'clock, and sometimes my family and I will walk into the far pasture with them, let them run around. Soon, though, I'll circle back near the house for a little feather picking. When I learned that our artist friend uses feathers so creatively, searching for them became my new hobby. I love finding specimens with unique designs and perfect unruptured barbs. However, thanks to Nigel, my evening excursions are now peppered with a touch of post-traumatic stress. The danger is greatest while feather picking behind the house. That is Nigel territory. Of course, in his mind, it all belongs to him, all 50.2 acres. But the rear of the house, with encroaching trees, a shed, and the coop, offers him protection and opportunities for stealthy ambushes. There are also wonderful feathers to be found in this region of Bountiful. So, sometime after 6, I am usually plodding through the back grass, bent at the waist, in search of foul feathers. I carry a bag for my glorious collection and a walking stick to fend off my foe. Every few seconds, I check left, then check right, looking for Nigel. Where is he? Is he close? Is he watching me? I'll pick up white chicken feathers, big turkey feathers, and a ton of gorgeous polka-dotted ones from guinea hens. Yet, I am most content when I find a Nigel feather. For some reason, they are rarely mussed. So perfectly plumed, his feathers are like artwork on a stick, stunning strokes of black on a white canvas with no two alike. I am tempted to just stand there admiring it, but that's when I feel him, watching me, incensed now that I have one of his. I look, left, right, ahead, behind. Then I spot him, stepping out from the tree line toward me, picking up speed. There's that instant of recognition requiring response, which causes an infinitesimal moment of paralysis that lasts an eternity when something fierce is heading your way. Finally, although it takes less than a second, and despite the fact that I'm armed with a big stick, I am running around the house to the front porch, screaming, calling for help from anyone in the house, although that too sounds a lot like just screaming, praying one of the dogs will jump out and save me. As if karma took this crazy chicken's bribe, I slip on some bird poo and nearly give Nigel a prone target before securing my footing and slamming into the screen door. Yank! I'm inside. I'm safe. Nigel crows and struts by with the look I read as, "There's always tomorrow, sweetheart." Once inside the house, I catch my breath, relax, and transfer my beautiful feathers to the overstuffed baggies. As adrenaline wanes, I awaken to a new sensation. I grab an ice pack from the freezer and set it on my thigh as I lower myself to the sofa. Pull the muscle slipping on that dang bird poo. Might be a few days before I can get back out there. This is my life. This is our way. Me and my nemesis. I secured another showpiece feather from my scary yet still favorite bird. But Nigel got a little revenge this time around. Thank you for listening to the short, and I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. Please know that God loves you, and when you're ready to talk, He's ready to listen. God bless you.